Welcome, fans of gravel racing and gravel bikes and gravel riding. This is episode 27 of the Gravel Underdogs podcast. How's it going, Chase?
Good. I guess if you're not a fan of anything gravel, maybe you're listening to the wrong podcast. Just kidding. If you're a fan of biking,
they could be here just to hate.
That is true. There are people like that.
And if you're here for that, welcome.
Please leave a comment.
Thanks for listening.
You got a new background. Are you moved into the new house?
I have been moved in. I just shifted. Well, I did hang these up on the wall, but my little table that my computer and stuff is on is in the same spot, I just shifted it so I'm facing this wall instead of the wall that was over there. Does it look better?
Yeah, I think it looks good.
I still want to make like an actual little podcast area with like all of my sponsors and stuff on the wall behind me or something, but for now, I think this looks better than it did before. Same camera setup, though.
I feel like the camera got better somehow. Maybe it was just the lighting at the old house.
It was the lighting. I got good lighting right here.
I blurred my background because last video we posted, there was a comment saying I don't want to see your dirty laundry hanging up, which you can still kind of see, and you can kind of see the Legos, and there's stuff on it. There's like a bed in here, but there's nowhere else to put the bed, so
it's fine.
But maybe next time, actually, this is going to come out before the Leadville recap because for folks who are listening to this, the Leadville recap is coming out, but there was some...
It needs edited.
Yeah, it needs editing.
To say the least.
And hopefully this one doesn't need too much editing. But yeah, and then, so it'll be Gravel Worlds, which is what we're recapping this week. Leadville will be the next episode, and then hopefully the next episode after that, I think I'll be in a new house, maybe. Yeah.
Is the Leadville episode coming out next week or this week, since it's already recorded?
There will be 2 episodes this week.
Oh, yeah, the people are hyped.
Actually 3 episodes, because I'm going to have the Silka episode as like its whole separate thing.
Yeah, we filmed or recorded 2 podcasts last Thursday, and there was a lot of mishaps, so it needs edited, but they're coming. Yeah, today we're going to talk about Gravel Worlds, and that's about it, I think, right?
Yeah, for our people, I don't know. It's called Gravel Worlds. It's not the Gravel World Championships. Maybe some listeners may or may not know that.
This is Lauf Gravel Worlds in Lincoln, Nebraska.
17 years strong, run by good friends Jason and Sophia. And yeah, the pro field was pretty big. I would say probably the 4th biggest pro gravel field in the U.S., maybe 5th in the U.S. And that was sponsored by...
What do you think's bigger besides Unbound?
Yeah, well, Unbound, Sea Otter, Big Sugar, those 3 are no matter what going to be bigger because all of the lifetime riders
show up
will be there. Yep. And then I think Gravel Worlds was above SBT.
Yeah.
Just like looking at who made the podium there.
What do you think about Mid-South? Similar?
No. I mean, definitely not.
This is bigger?
There was no Keegan, no Matt Beers at Mid-South.
Yeah. I think Mid-South had more people in the pro field total, but this had definitely a deeper field.
Yeah, I think. I mean, are people just already getting sick and tired of traveling, or are they saving their...
get burnout every year? And one of the things we were going to talk about today is why don't more people show up to this race? Because if you get first place, you get $25,000. That's a pretty enticing reason to come to a race. So like, why wouldn't you show up? I think this is this the exact time in the year when everybody is getting tired and like takes the opportunity to take a break. I guess I don't.
Yeah, I feel like, yeah, there's so many big important races for the Lifetime Grand Prix folks coming that I don't know, if they know they're not gonna for sure get a top 10, like why should they come? But I mean, I can name, like, I feel like Alexi probably could have got a top 10. I feel like
For sure.
Kobe could have got a top 10. But spoiler alert, if I would have also said Cam Jones could have got a top 10.
You would
And
think Cam Jones, Matt Wilson, Simone Pillow, Brendan Wirtz could have.
I mean,
Like
at least
Stone
yeah,
Garrison.
I would say, like, Cam Jones is top 5ing, top 10ing on bound. Same with, well, Matt Wilson just came off of Leadville. Like, those, I guess we'll save hopping into results, maybe. But, like, those were really big surprises, and we'll talk about maybe why that happened later. But should we hop into, this was one of our, when was the last time you and I got to race in the same field? Mid-South?
Mid-South.
Yeah, so this was our second time racing in the same field.
And
Yeah.
we spent a lot of time together, like start to finish, pretty much.
Yeah, till I got a burger.
Yeah, should we just talk about our races first and then talk about how the winners won? Maybe.
Yeah. Let's talk about how our races played out for the first. Yeah, let's just talk about our races because I feel like they're very similar, and then we'll diverge. There's kind of a splitting point, as you'll hear in this story, where we have to talk about, we weren't in the field after 50 miles, but
yeah. So I mean, from the gun, a small group got away, and I could see them up the road. Like the second we hit the gravel, it's still dark, got dusty, and then up the road, I saw a group of guys up there. Like no idea how they got away. I was not at the front to see them get away, but do you know who all ended up the road?
so
I know your teammate Julian Gagne was up there, and
yeah,
I know Brennan Wirtz was up there.
Actually, first Simone Pillow attacked almost right away.
Oh,
which
okay, I didn't know that.
Is kind of crazy, just because if I was, I don't know, like, I still don't have a super good result, so I don't really get marked for the early breakaway. But someone at Simone's level, I feel like, I guess, it doesn't hurt to try since we weren't going super fast. But he got covered right away, and then we were going super slow, and then a Project Echelon guy went up the road. And I should say, last year we went out so hard and so fast that I went into this race. The team plan was to have me go into the early breakaway, so Julian, Henry, and Drew and Carter could kind of just chill. But I was like, okay, Project Echelon's going. We're about to pick up the speed. And then Julian just jumps, and I'm like, I see him go, I'm like, okay, we're going to go fast again. Like, it's got to happen. And then Paul Sandman, this is Rosa Closer's partner, pretty good racer. He had a really good day, actually. He goes, and then it was Nathan Spratt jumps, and then I'm like, actually, I don't know if it was Nathan or Brennan Wirtz, but kind of all of those guys, and maybe Paul was before Julian, but so there were 6. It was Nathan Spratt. Quinn Felton was the Project Echelon guy. He's kind of a smaller built rider, so I kind of felt bad for him for all of the, who he's having to ride with. Julian, Paul, Brennan Wirtz, and then Henry didn't see that Julian was up there, so all of a sudden Henry jumps, and I'm like, I kind of got mad at first because he
Yeah,
wasn't following someone. He was the one who jumped. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? And they just let him go, and I'm like, okay. I'm like, all, and I was kind of at that point. I went to the front and started to be like, okay, I gotta patrol who goes. And I was like, I'll let one or two. I don't want to say no names, but non-threatening people go up the road because it would be better if there was like 7 or 8 up there. But yeah, that was the breakaway, and then man, we kept her pretty easy for a while, and they got a big gap real quick. And I thought Cam Jones was like right next to me. I'm like, at some point, Cam always just rides hard, and I forgot if he was. Well, then it clicked in my head that Brennan Wirtz is on a Scott and Cam is on a Scott, and they work together at Mid South. And I was like, are you guys gonna chase that down, or are you happy with Brennan in it? And we're like, and Matt Wilson was. When I say them, I mean Cam Jones and Matt Wilson because they're both on Scott. And they're like, no, we're happy with that. And I'm like, yes, like,
they said that.
yeah. I was like,
Wow.
perfect. This is
Okay.
like all on Specialized now. So, yeah, I guess I want me to keep telling the story of them trying to chase the
I was
breakaway.
gonna say, like, I feel like Matt and uh, I feel like they both chased a couple times.
Yeah, that was,
Matt more so made a couple jumps and hard digs to try to chase, but it never lasted very long.
yeah, no, I feel like it. I mean, there was at least one time I really had to jump through a town to get up to Matt. Looking
Yeah,
back at it, I should have just, if Matt wanted to get up there, then it's specialized, then it's fully unspecialized. Where, yeah, I did waste that bullet, and I don't think Matt would have been able to. Okay, he probably would have been able to bridge the 2 to 3 minute gap, but even
you would think so.
yeah, but then like then it's really down to Keegan and Matt Pierce to chase it.
Yeah, Cam
Uh,
made a just one or two attacks, I think, too.
yeah,
Right?
yeah,
A lot of attacks out of what's his name, Rob Oler. He kept trying to get up there.
yeah.
Who else?
So I went to the front kind of to play the teammate of covering moves and trying to shut stuff down, and I also wanted to be kind of a little poopy head and like try to get Matt Beers or Keegan wild up to like race dumb and just burn matches. So like I was, at one point Matt Beers was on the far left side of the road, and the moto was actually kind of close to us. Like there was definitely a moto effect here, and I was,
I saw this
yeah, I had
from
a
a few wheels back.
bike up past the field. I waved the moto away. I don't know if they went away just because they realized like, oh yeah, we're helping the field a
Well,
whole
so
bunch.
the moto was all the way to the left hand side of the road, but like still in the tire track, like the fast section.
Yeah.
And the Peloton was riding in the middle of the road, or more so on the right hand side. And as soon as the moto got like just in front of Matt, he just straight swerved straight behind the moto where he was like less than a foot from their wheel and just like gunned it. And then the moto kept trying to get away, but he was able to hold on. And that was probably like the fastest spot of the entire race.
Yeah,
Was right there.
we were going so fast, and then yeah, so but it was surprisingly, it was kind of easy for me to move upwards.
Yeah, I was able to file in like 10th wheel or something and just sit in. But I'm sure 15th wheel and beyond that, it was probably chaos back there trying to hold that wheel.
Yeah, I like to think I helped make the moto realize they should get out of
There
helping
was a
us?
lot of hands going
Yeah.
up, waving the moto forward.
Was there? It
Yeah,
wasn't just
yeah.
me. Okay.
No.
And then I was also, this is where I say I was a little shithead. I was telling Matt, I'm like, we're not supposed to be on the left side of the road. You're breaking the rules right now. Like being like he knows I have the teammates up there and I just don't want him to,
Catch.
have this advantage.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
he like laughed and he's like, I'm gonna keep going till I get a warning. And I'm like, fair point. Like they're
yeah.
not gonna disqualify Matt Beers.
No, definitely not.
Also, like it wasn't egregious and like
I thought it was pretty egregious.
okay, it was egregious.
As egregious as a moto draft could be, considering he swerved or deviated from his straight line like 8 feet to get behind the moto.
Yeah,
I wonder if I got that on camera. I don't know if my GoPro was running right there, but that would be a pretty funny clip to show.
I tried finding it on the live stream and it wasn't recorded on the live stream. I was
Oh yeah,
I wanted to send it. I was listening to Pro Tri News yesterday, and they always talk about moto drafting.
Yeah.
So I was gonna send them a video of like, look, it's now affecting gravel races.
Yeah.
And it has affected gravel races before, but
that was the only situation where the moto was like affecting our race at all. And really, I mean, it was like maybe 1 minute of a
yeah,
draft.
it was.
Outside of that, we had no moto issues whatsoever. And that one wasn't even like the moto's fault. That was just fully Matt Beers' fault for deciding to draft the moto.
Yeah, I don't blame him for doing it. Like if the moto's there,
yeah,
and
I blame him because he like intentionally like went over there to draft. If they like got in front of him, that's totally different. But it was like he had to try to get there. The moto was doing its job, staying out of the way, filming us, and he just like swerved and was like, "Nah, I'm drafting you guys now." But yeah, Matt made a ton of like, I wouldn't even call them attacks, but like every single corner or every small hill, he would just like jam it, just trying to string the field out.
It was nice being second to fifth wheel when he was doing it every time because it did hurt, but once I got into the wheel, it wasn't too bad. I would say the hardest one was Matt was first wheel, and I saw it coming, and because Keegan and him were talking half a mile before the corner, and like we go into the corner, and I just see it happening that Keegan slows down and let Matt Beers go, and then it was uphill, and Matt had to have actually been trying super hard this time because a lot of them it was like 400 to 600 watts, and I would get onto his wheel. This was I looked down doing like 800 watts, and the gap was not closing, and I'm just like, oof, this is brutal. And I mean I guess that's kind of shortly before the aid station, which is maybe our next talking point. I do want to say like there was a few
you spent basically the entirety of the first 50 miles closing down any move because Julian was up the road and Julian and Henry were up the road and you didn't want anybody to bridge and no one wanted to bridge with you on their wheel. So you were shutting everything down. I spent most of my time like up near you or just kind of surfing the top 10 wheels just so when somebody would attack, I didn't have to like try very hard to stay with the group. Like I would just keep pedaling steady and let it string out. And I would kind of just filter back from like top 10 wheels to literally like last man in the group. But it was fine because I saved a ton of energy doing that. And then when it would slow up again, I would just move right back to the front. Got a little hectic a couple times when I was like, I would filter to the back and there would be like a counter attack on somebody's attack. And then I was like struggling a little bit more because it would get so strung out. And there was
some deep rocky section.
dude, that section I actually got dropped. I was able to make it back up, but like, what mile was that, do you think?
40, because I had it in my
So
head
right
mentally.
before that, that was when you were like, go off the front, I'll sit up. And I just like rode away. Uh Not hard at all. Like just kept the steady like tempo pace we were doing the whole time. And you said Keegan bridged back up to me
Yeah,
or like
you
brought me
got
back.
pulled back by Keegan.
Keegan, I am a threat to Keegan. Y'all hear that? He let anybody else get up the road, but not me. Not me. That's so funny to me because I was like barely moving, and I think it's hilarious that he like made made it a point to bring me back. But then, right as he caught was when we hit that super deep rock section, and I started in the middle of that road
Hmm.
and the
Not,
line was all the way on the right and I like couldn't get over there. And
yeah, it was.
I got dropped going through that section because I couldn't get over to that fast line. And everybody went so much faster than me through there. Not everybody, but a lot of guys. But I was able to bridge back up over the next like minute or so. Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, I knew that section was coming. It was like in my head, and then yeah, I
So you knew where
I
the line was through there.
I well, I was being a silly goofball when we were pre-riding, and I rode in the ditch because the ditch was hard packed gravel, and I was
Yeah.
like, "This is perfect." Actually, it would have been the perfect line, except it was slightly downhill, and then at the bottom, it was just impossible to get out of the ditch because I was like,
Oh yeah.
"Oh, I found like the secret line," and then, but then we hit the bottom, and I was like, oh,
There's no way
there's
out.
no way to get out without
Yeah.
like risking a crash.
Yeah, because
So
there was literally only one line to the far right of that road, and the rest of it was just the most heinous gravel I think I've ever ridden through in a gravel race.
yeah, I don't know. It was so random and
Yeah,
that
random, super deep, loose, bumpy. Yeah,
like very deep.
yeah, it was
It
so
was
deep.
like small rock. Don't want to say rock pebbles. Like uh
Gravel,
yeah, just
just gravel.
cap, not sharp. Like you weren't gonna flatten it unless
No,
you were super unlucky, but just so deep too. Like
yeah, but it was
yeah,
the slowest moving surface I've ever ridden over. And then everybody was like in the far right line, just blowing by me. It was crazy. Yeah, I thought after that section my day would already be done, but I was able to catch back up, and then we got to I guess another 10 miles after that. But then we made it to the what's it called? The farms, something tree farm or something like
I
that.
can't remember. It was in Nebraska City.
Yeah, the little tree farm.
The
It
orchard?
had
Is that what you mean?
orchard. Yeah, maybe so. It had a gravel walking path through it, which is
Yeah,
what we rode on. Probably a mile long, maybe.
probably less than that. Maybe a mile. It was really, I don't want to say really twisty. It was really bendy. Like the
Yeah, pretty.
turns weren't sharp, but it, you definitely weren't getting a draft and you weren't going fast. And I
Yeah,
was
it was
already
slow.
gassed at this point, and I entered like 20th, and I just felt so weak at that point. And I lost a few positions, and I was like, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. I know there's people behind me, and
You were in front of the two crashes. Did you
I
see my Instagram post today with those crashes?
I did see.
Yeah.
I did.
So
Yeah.
going into that section, I was just behind two separate crashes, and both of those crashes made just like a little bit of a separation. It
Mm,
wasn't anything huge, like I didn't get stopped or anything, but it did separate the groups just enough. Uh, so I came out of there probably maybe 5 to 10 seconds behind you. basically solo. There was a couple guys that I like passed through there and then was ahead of after the aid station, and I was able to catch up to you before like the end of that because we came out of there, turned left, and over that next like quarter mile, I caught you. I think, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so the aid station was neutral feed, so you couldn't have any aid station, like any crew support. Uh, Okay, this is just feed, like, this will maybe get back to Jason and Sophia if they ask me for my feedback. This is what I would tell them. The aid station kind of was not good. Um, am I saying that because it affected my race? Maybe, but we're professionals. I think if you're a professional, you should be able to. A professional has a support crew. Um, their solution to make it fair, which was to have 2 tables, and I think there was supposed to be people handing out bottles also, but there was one table with a crate of bottles that had water, and another table pretty close by with carbs. And I told them very early on in this planning, we may have 30 to 40 people come into this aid station together. I think there should be it should be very spread out, and you'll need a lot of volunteers to get out all the bottles so it doesn't create a bottleneck. At least for me, I was one of the further back riders, and I know I should have been further up because of this bottleneck that could have happened. But I had to stop and wait to grab my bottles out of the crate, therefore losing a few seconds, we'll say. Felt like forever, probably was only 5 to 10, but then there was probably also people behind me that had to wait. And then I guess is this where we talk about, well, how was your aid station, I guess?
So I was gonna rebuttal that. I actually really like this idea.
Okay.
I know. So I'm sure there will be a lot of differing opinions based on how much support people normally have. Um, but I thought this was like a really good solution, actually. You were able to get water or your good life nutrition, which is great because then people can choose to get water and just eat their own gels, or get carb bottles with 50 grams of carbs. Um, Good bottles too, provided by the race,
Yes,
like,
very good bottles.
and sponsor specific for Chase and I. They were Good Life bottles.
I have 25 of them now.
Whoa, dude, that's sick. Yeah, they were nice Hydro Pack bottles. So we got to go home with some new bottles. That's cool. And the bottles that we discarded were donated to the local NICA program, which is another good thing to come out of this aid station situation. And I must have been through there 10 seconds later than you. Like, I saw you leaving as I was coming up. And when I got there, no one else was there.
um,
So I was able, and there was volunteers holding up bottles, or there was a few of them. Probably not enough for when the main group came through.
I was like the
Uh,
last person, I think, in the main group. So
so you probably got the worst of
I
it.
probably got the worst of it.
Yeah. So I rolled through. I already emptied both of my bottles, or like threw them to the side. I didn't have to unclip or anything. Rolled through, grabbed a water bottle, put it in my bike, and by the time I had that one in my bike, I was able to grab a carbs bottle and put that in my bike.
Mm.
Like, I didn't even have to stop. I had to roll through it like 4 miles an hour, but didn't have to unclip or stop. It went really smooth. So I probably made up time on you through there.
I should say it is nice that you didn't have to bring crew support. Um,
That is bringing
if
like
if it,
organizing crew is like the most stressful part about gravel racing, I think.
I think to make it better, they should have at least had more than just 2 tables. That would be like, the
Yeah,
crew
I
thing
think
I
they
don't think
needed.
is the worst. I think at least just having more tables and being more spread out would be better, so there's not bottlenecks.
I think 2 tables and twice the amount of volunteers, and it would have been solid.
I should say
It,
it is okay. The trail kind of sucks when you're not feeling good and everyone's going super hard in your group, but it does make it for a really safe aid station. Like, imagine if you
yeah,
had
lit it
that
up
at
and
like
done.
an onbound where we're going in at like 30 miles per hour and then everyone just
That would be bad.
is, yeah.
Yeah, the way it was set up was perfect because we were coming out of the super slow uh, gravel single track, I'll call it, section, and then
And we're pretty single
we're
file.
yeah, we're already single file, and the actual aid station portion is at the top of the last little climb out of there. So we were going even slower. So setup was pretty dialed. I would just like, I'm not complaining, but I would say it would have been better to have another 2 tables and a few more volunteers, and it probably would have been perfectly smooth for everyone.
Yeah, I think it was good. Like, it can be improved. Yes, was it like that's just what I'm saying. I mean, every aid station can be improved. You come to my
Yeah,
events, I
true.
bet people say my stuff can be improved. So, but for like, and this was their first time ever doing it, and I feel like
Yeah,
when
true.
stuff is done for the first time for a
Well,
lot
this
of
is like
things,
the first time a gravel race has ever done this, really.
yeah,
I mean, it was kind of like Ironman triathlon setup with tables and volunteers just handing out bottles to everybody. Like it was pretty good.
that's where I think you kind of take the Iron Man thing. They have it very stretched out.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah. One volunteer every like 10 feet, and each volunteer has their own pile of bottles.
and I
Yeah,
think if you just show them a video, I mean, we're going through so slow. I don't think it matters how. I know, like some Ironmans, they have the issue where the volunteer holds the bottle wrong. I think we were going so slow
it wouldn't have
that
mattered.
it wouldn't have mattered.
Yeah.
Okay, now the important part of the day.
Now the thing that changed Chase and I's race. So I caught up to Chase. How many people were with us?
20.
No, before, when it was like right when I caught you. I feel like there was only 4 or
It
5
was
of
like,
us.
I want to say like me, you, I think a Project Echelon guy or two,
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
Oscar
Oscar
from,
was with us, and I think Tim Savre,
yeah.
and maybe one other guy. So maybe 5 or 6 of us. Um, Caught up to you. We started doing. I mean, we were probably like a half a mile out of the feed zone. There's a big downhill. The bottom of the downhill is train tracks, and right after the train tracks is a big uphill. And we were coming down the downhill, and the main peloton was going up the uphill, and we could see they were all basically sitting up. Like
Mhm.
everybody was together. They weren't attacking the uphill. So there was probably a 20-second gap, but we were closing it so fast because we were bombing down the downhill and they were not hammering on the uphill. So we were about to catch. And right as we were coming down the hill, we got about 10 feet from crossing train tracks, and then a train came
Yeah, so
right in front of us.
I saw the lights on and I was like, okay, I'm going to proceed with caution here because this train's
Yes.
probably going really slow. Um like this happened at Onbound 2 years ago. The train was going like 0 miles per hour, but the lights were flashing. So I'm like, okay, I'm slowing down. It's not worth risking my life. Sure, the front group is gonna probably gain a little bit of time here, but I don't want to die. And I'm like starting to coast more than like pedal now down this downhill. And then I hear the train horn, and I'm like, and I like could kind of hear the train, I think, and I'm just like,
I could hear the train
I was
coming.
like,
Yeah.
oh, I just knew it was so close. I knew there wasn't any chance of like getting across. So I was
Yeah.
like, start hitting
And
the
there was
brakes and
there was a girl at the bottom like filming us, and she was like looking at our group and then looking back at the train and then looking at our group, and then she was like, you
Wait,
could
was
tell
this
she was like
Nina?
calculate. Is that who it was?
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was
she was
Nina.
like calculating in her head whether or not she should tell us to go or stop.
Oh,
Like I
thank you,
could
Nina,
tell
for
that's
not
what she.
killing us.
Yeah, I could tell that's what she was doing. Um, but yeah, the train reached the cross before we reached the cross section, and we had to stop.
For I haven't looked.
I think it was like right about 2 minutes.
About 2 minutes.
Yeah.
In my head, it was 3, but I guess on Instagram I put 3. But it was not a short amount of time.
No, definitely not a short amount of time.
Nina was the one who took a picture looking like a big goober. It
In
may be
front of
the
a train.
thumbnail to this. We were
Yeah.
talking about the thumbnail picture. But yeah, I look so dumb in that photo, but that's exactly what I wanted. So yeah, I thought it was at that point, all you can do is just laugh about it. Like your day's done. Oh well. I do have to say, during the pro meeting, in my head, I was like, I should maybe ask about trains. One, to kind of be a smart butt, because trains have affected the race before. But two, there's no rules on the trains, and it could maybe affect the race. But I'm like, nah, people will think it's stupid I'm asking about the trains. And guess what? And then in the pro panel, it was me, Drew, Courtney Sherwell, Emily Newsom. We had Pete Stetna being the person asking the questions, and me being a smartass. I'm like, can I ask the you Pete a question? And I was like, hypothetically, if there's a train, what should we do during the race? And of course, Pete is for everyone gets their time gaps. The race kind of neutralizes, and time gaps are taken. And once the train is done, everyone gets their time gaps back, and you go.
How
We
how
didn't
would
do
that
that
work?
rule.
Like, how would they just stop the peloton up ahead and be like, "Oh, these guys behind you got stopped by a train. Wait for them."
That's what I was also thinking. I'm like, the front group would be like, those are the slow guys, which we are the slow guys in the group. They're
Yeah.
not going to catch back on anyways. Why can't we just race? It's giving the front group the breakaway, which was still off the front at this point, an advantage. Honestly, I was going to be a Karen and go find an official and ask if what should happen right now. But you know what? I said trains are a part of gravel racing for Mid South. So I was like, well, my day's done. Trains are a part of gravel racing. I'm just going to do a zone 2 day. I did have a hard time riding afterwards, I will say. Like, it kind of feels like my purpose for the day was done. Like,
A little bit. I
we
kind of
were,
went back and forth. I rode hard sometimes and then just kind of like tempo pulls sometimes.
I will say, I regret early on not going harder because we
We
got
were
within
catching.
like 30 seconds of the front group, and
We brought
looking
back like 2 minutes, is what it sounds like.
yeah, I wish we would have gone hard. I wish I would have personally gone harder at the beginning to start the chase. I mean, during the moment in my head, I'm like, Matt Beers has to be up there still drilling it to close the breakaway, so
Yeah.
we're not gonna
Yeah.
catch them. Um, and then once we did get within 30 seconds, Jake told me that Matt Beers was on the front hammering it. So
Yeah. We weren't going to catch at
then,
that.
yeah, Trey and I rode together. I mean, we probably like an hour. Our group was trying to go fast. maybe
Yeah.
an hour, maybe
Yeah.
30 minutes. I feel like once we saw Grace and Grace was like, or we saw this redheaded girl on the side of the road, we definitely didn't have outside support. Actually, she gave everyone time gaps, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Then, and she was like 3:30. I was like, okay, day's done.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, we got to ride together,
Yep.
rotate.
So we spent a lot of the beginning of the race riding together because Chase was at the front pulling back anybody that attacked, and I was just up there riding next to him most of the time. And then we spent the rest of the day together after the train just riding in the same group. I did attack the group once because Oscar was on my wheel and he was one of the ones in that group that was riding hard.
Mm-hmm.
So and before that, you were on his wheel. And I looked back like 3 or 4 times and I saw Oscar, made sure he was on my wheel, and I thought you were on his wheel. And I attacked up that climb, hoping the two of you would follow and we would get rid of some of the guys that were just sitting in the group, not ever touching the front. But I guess Oscar did not follow, and I got like, I don't know, 30 seconds on you guys, and then just noticed no one was there when I finally decided to look back and just rode tempo till you guys caught back up to me.
Yeah, it was. I'll say this was an issue at Core 4, and it was kind of an issue in our group. If you're in a group and you don't want to do any work, don't go into the rotation and screw up the rotation. Just go to the back. If there's people on the back not getting yelled at, not getting talked to about not doing work, and the group's working well, just go to the back with those other people, sit on the back, don't interrupt our clean rotation. We will just go faster. I'm not going to yell at you.
Yeah, there was a few guys that when they were next in line to pull, they would like just get out of line
Or
and
coast.
coast and just create unnecessary gaps for absolutely no reason.
It made,
and the rest of the group was working great together. Like we were just rolling turns.
like there was people who that would end up not feeling good, and our group was 20 people at one point, and there was people sitting on the back. We didn't care about those people. Like, if you wanted a free ride so you could sprint for 25th, cool. Just let us get to leading you out for 25th faster and stop screwing up the rotation.
It was getting a little bit frustrating.
I mean, this guy does it every single race I've ever raced against him, and it's just, there's no logic behind it. Like, I asked him for some logic, and there's none. This happened at Core 4, this happened at Gravel Worlds. They're the people who are doing it, I like them off the bike, but when they're doing this on the bike, it just doesn't make sense. I don't get it. Like, if you're like, what? Because I asked him, I'm like, do you have a teammate up the road? And he's like, yeah, which I knew he didn't. I was like, who? And he was quiet. I'm like, just get out of the line. Like, I don't, like,
just stay at the back.
Just stay at the back. We don't care. Yeah. Like, you want to get 25th at Gravel Worlds? Cool. We just want to have a steady rotation day, and like, yeah, that was my rant. And
did anybody get mad at me for attacking?
No.
I was kind of wondering that because I almost felt bad when no one else followed. I was like, oh dang, I just look like that doofus attacking for no reason.
No. Also, I need to rant one more time about this person. The same person went to the front when we went through the aerospace museum and wanted to go. We were given a 5 mile per hour speed limit. He probably went 10 miles per hour. And I'm like, what are you doing? Like, why are you trying to go fast through here when you don't want to do any work anywhere else?
Yeah.
Like, okay, I got to see my trains. Cool. Now I want to see my airplanes, and you're ruining that for me. Like, I was just it confuses me. Like, I like logic, and there's none
They were
behind.
working hard in all the wrong places.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
did like when he just was off the front and we were like, okay, just keep him at like 5 to 10 seconds.
Yeah, that was kind of funny.
Yeah.
Aerospace Museum was sick.
Yes.
For those that don't know, we literally rode inside of a museum filled with like super dope airplanes and jets and stuff. And we were like riding under their wings and they were like 2 foot over your head. It was kind of crazy.
I wish I would have taken my sunglasses off looking back at it because it was really dark. I'm like, wow, this is a really
Yeah.
dark museum. But now that I think about it, I just had sunglasses
On. Yeah. Yeah. And then coming out of there was the second aid station.
Is this what
So
your first aid station was like? Because I didn't have to stop,
yeah,
and
you just rolled
volunteers
through there.
handed me bottles.
Yes, that's basically how the first aid station was. So another great planning, on Gravel World's part to put the aid station at the end of a section where everybody was going 5 miles an hour because no one was able to like attack through that or anything. So you just rolled through the bottle hand up area at 5 miles an hour, and it was super smooth and safe and dialed. The bottles were hot, but that's besides the point, I guess. It's fine. They were hot for everybody, so it's not like a problem, I guess. It would have been really nice to have a freezing cold bottle, but we can't have it all.
Improvements for next year.
Improvements for next year. Yeah, keep those babies on ice. Yeah.
Or we just maybe shouldn't be so slow. The pros probably had, I shouldn't say the pros. The pros, because that's
the real pros.
The real pros. They probably had colder bottles than us.
Yeah, probably like 10 minutes colder.
I should say our bottles felt hotter than with the liquid inside.
That is true.
I first grabbed the bottle. I'm like, this is
gonna be hot.
This is so warm. And then you're like, want some water to spray yourself? And I'm like, why would I want that hot water to spray on me? And then I actually sprayed myself with some, and I'm like, it's not that bad. Or you sprayed me, yeah.
Yeah, because I grabbed 3 bottles. I put 2 in my bike and was rolling through slow enough to grab a third just to douse myself. And after I doused myself, I still had half a bottle left, and I just dunked it on you.
That water wasn't too hot, like compared to how the bottle felt.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. Yeah. It was fine. And then we just kept riding.
Yeah,
steady pace.
Pretty boring.
Yeah. And then we got to mile 130 whatever, where there's an aid station. Bobby's aid station. Who else is it?
Lauf.
The Lauf aid station.
In my contract it said I had to stop. So
okay. Yeah. Everybody else in our group kept rolling. Chase stopped for a burger.
I crashed. Did you see that?
He crashed because he went past the aid station and then decided to turn around and go to the aid station and had a little spill.
I got a Coke and a smash burger from Bobby and a hug from Bobby. I talked to Donna, the Lauf rep, and Keith. Yeah, it was. I was thinking of staying in the group just because we were moving. It was like such a fast. If you were in a group, it was moving fast. But I felt good, so I was like, I did tell them if I wasn't in a good position, I'm gonna stop for a burger and a hug. This was on Friday. I told them this, and I'm not in a good position, so I'm gonna stop for a burger and a hug. And I was kind of hoping they would have had a TV with the race on, because then I was just gonna sit there and watch the finish.
I think you would have been there a while.
Yeah, if I would have realized they're like only 3-4 miles up the road, I'd be like, okay, actually, I'm gonna get going so I don't interfere with the women's race. And actually, that was my motivation for the whole ride home. I'm like, the women have to be pretty close behind me, so I was going a decent pace.
They were not that close behind you.
Yeah, looking back at it.
Yeah, I kept rolling with the group. I think we were down to like maybe 10 people at this point. Wait, were you with us? The aid station was after the MMR road.
Yeah, dude, in my head, I was like, I could be so funny right now. Attack through the MMR, and I knew it was rocky and hilly after that, and make the race super hard, and then just turn off
And
and
then
grab a
just pull
burger
off at
and
the aid
Coke.
station.
Yeah,
So the MMR
sketchy.
was bad.
Caused a crash in the pro women's field, I believe.
Yeah, a really bad crash.
Yeah.
I don't know how many crashes overall it caused. I don't know how the main men's peloton made it through without any crashes. That was impressive. Even in our little group, a guy that is going to be on True Grit Racing with me next year, he crashed with, I don't know if he was still in our group, Jacob Schellner, or if he was off the back of our group when he came through there. But yeah, a Project Echelon guy and another guy got tangled up in that section in our group. I don't know if you saw that.
I,
Like, it
I
was just
went to the
chaos.
front because I knew what maybe I
I
should have scoped it out more while pre-riding, but the
Yeah,
line I knew, it was 2 ruts back to back that you literally had
yeah,
to hop and then like
yeah.
right away hop again, or else
Yes,
you. And these
that's
were
what was causing all the crashes, and they were like 1 foot wide and 1 foot deep, and kind of like cross-rutted, like at an angle, so it could easily just eat your front wheel and turn your bar sideways and send you flying, which I think is what happened
yeah, it was a
to
headwind,
everyone that crashed.
and I'm like, I don't care if I have to do a little bit of extra work compared to everyone else. I'm sitting at the front because I don't trust. Everyone else in that group had a 9 to 5 job besides me, so I made the assumption that nobody knew how sketchy the MMR was. So I was like, I'm gonna
Yeah, I
go to the
don't think
front because I
anybody knew.
knew that the MMR was probably gonna cause a crash. And also, Julian told Henry like the MMR is coming up. Be at the front. It's like the separation is gonna happen right afterwards.
Yeah,
Which, I mean, we can finish our race first.
yeah. Dude,
How
it
was the
hurt my
sprint?
collarbone so bad bunny hopping the freaking ruts. It also hurt so bad bunny hopping onto the curb going into the
Mm.
uh, airplane museum thing, aerospace museum. Yeah, collarbone's pretty good except for pulling up on the handlebars. Does not feel good at all. Yeah. Then yeah, post aid station, we kept rolling pretty good pace. I started taking longer and harder pulls just because I was kind of just there to see what my legs could do at this point. Because I had rode pretty well all day, and the past 4 weeks haven't had that great of training, so I kind of just wanted to see where I was at. And then as we were coming into the finish, I was pretty cracked and basically just didn't even attempt the sprint.
No.
To be honest, I was I don't know if you would have ever noticed, but like I would through all corners and stuff, I was like hesitant all day, just
Mm.
trying to prevent crashes. So when it comes to a sprint on gravel and into like metal fence corrals, I don't want to get involved. So I just sat up
I don't
and let
blame you.
everybody go ahead. Yeah. Don't want to go down and re injure the collarbone. Yeah.
Yeah, I just cheered people on the
So
rest of the day.
I guess we were sprinting for, let's see, 29th place. And I finished 36th. There was a guy that finished behind me by 10 seconds, so I don't know what happened to him. He must have fell off because we went into the sprint pretty fast.
Yeah, you know what was funny about that group? What, there was maybe 10 of us? I don't know. 5 of us, or 4 of us, were from Minnesota. Peter Olenichek, Tim Savre, me, and Isaac Allred were all from Minnesota.
That's pretty funny.
So
I didn't know that.
And then a couple other guys were from Wisconsin. Very Midwest. I guess it's just a Midwest race, so
yeah, true.
You're not gonna get like California, Colorado folks. Yeah, should we?
We were only 4 minutes off of the Danglers from the main group.
Yeah, if we would have.
Not bad. After getting stopped by a train for 3 minutes.
I mean, those people got towed around by map beers for.
I know, dude. If we would have just caught, I wonder where I would have finished.
Well, I wondered that too. Like
I was having such a good day.
Yeah.
What could have been?
What could have been for Lunchbox? Well,
yeah. So, men's overall, we had. Should we just read through the results first?
I can give a little recap just because my teammate told me kind of how the race played out.
Yeah, I went back and watched the live, not all of it, but a lot of it. First of all, huge shout out to Gravel Worlds. The live coverage was sick. Like probably the best YouTube live stream bike race I've seen in a long time, or at least gravel bike race. Huge shout out to Pete Setna on announcing. I thought he did a really freaking good job. Like probably the best announcer. Him and what's the lady's name?
Lauren Tucker.
No, Lauren the other girl. Yeah, her. They did great together. Provided some useful knowledge and talked about the race, and yeah, it was just good the whole time. So good job there. But yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I think they had a really good. I guess I haven't listened to most of it, but I feel like the combination, like Pete. I don't know how much he would have known about the women's field just because he didn't race in the women's field, but I feel like he's very knowledgeable on the men's field. He is a person who,
spent a lot of time racing.
Yeah, he wasn't super. Like if you had Keegan announcing, he wouldn't know a lot of these people because he just doesn't interact. Where Pete is open, interactive. I mean, even before I was like, I don't know. He's always been like kind to me throughout my career. So yeah, he kind of knew a lot about these riders. And then Lauren, she is the announcer, I believe, for the Lifetime Grand Prix series. So obviously she's going to know most of the elite men and the elite women. And then you have Amanda Newman. Amanda Sheik, sorry.
Nauman Sheik or something like that.
She's probably like one of the. She's very quiet behind, or like Lenny's very like she runs the meme page. Amanda's run Grodio. Amanda's been around the gravel scene more than anyone, so forever.
Basically since the inception of
gravel Hall of Famer, amazing human. So like she's just so knowledgeable. I think that helps. And then you have Lenny, also very knowledgeable, very approachable. So it was just such a good crew. Like I feel like sometimes they get these like live streams get people who just kind of know the front pack people, and then they don't know. I don't want to say the pack fill, but 5th through 20th, they're going to be like, who's Henry Nelson? Or they're not going to be able to recognize Kit. Like everyone, I think Pete would have been able to recognize a lot of the Kit because he's raced Mid-South, so he's raced a lot of these people. Like it's kind of bad when people don't recognize Kit, and there's a lot of
There was one spot where Pete thought Henry was Simon Nordal Svensson, because from a distance, Henry's lava kit just looked brown. So
Oh yeah,
he's like, "Oh, that brown kit, that must be Simon Nordal Svensson."
because
And then they got closer, and it was Henry in the lava kit.
that did make it a little confusing.
Yeah, wearing the different kits.
We
Yeah, they did talk about that too. See, they talked about tons of good stuff.
yeah, the kits got to my house the like 2 days before Gravel World. So actually,
Which
the
kit?
day we left, we have more Boris skin suits.
Cool.
Not like special edition or anything, but so okay. Race. I mean, going back to that MMR, going back to where Julian told Henry, "Hey, the race is probably going to separate after this MMR." Guess what? Actually, I haven't gone back and listened to the live stream. This is what Julian told me. Race pretty much separated after the MMR. Julian, Gagne, Keegan Swenson, and Torbjorn Road broke away and went.
Wait, Toby got up the road solo
Okay.
a little bit. Keegan bridged, and then Julian bridged,
Okay.
all separately.
Also,
Which is crazy because Julian was on or in the lead group of 6 guys for 100 miles, got caught, and then was one of only 3 people able or strong enough to get up the road again.
okay.
Madman.
Also, dude, I thought that breakaway was going to get caught way earlier because right before the train, I could see the breakaway and I could see the Peloton.
We saw the. No way. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
It was like only a minute or a minute. Actually, you know what? I have the.
Dude, I'm so pissed that train stopped us.
Yeah, at one point it was. Wait, now I'm confused. Did it all come back together? Oh, no. Literally, it was less than a little over a minute and 6 seconds at
Okay.
mile 54 off of the
And
timing
then
mats.
they made it to like mile 100, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't gone back and looked. So I don't know what happened to the chase group.
Yeah.
Maybe people actually started helping Matt Beers. Because I look back and I'm like, maybe I should. Like, I was telling Robert Oler and Riker, like, why are you guys helping the specialized team chase? That doesn't make any sense. Like, you're going to get worn out helping specialized.
Yes.
Yeah. Hopefully they understood why they ended up blowing up at a certain point. So they should have saved some matches.
Yeah.
But what am I trying to say? Yeah, I don't know what the chase looked like. I haven't gone back and watched the live stream. Oh, I was gonna say maybe if people were helping Matt Beers, the chase actually would have gone slower compared to Matt Beers just doing all the chasing himself.
True.
Because when I was in Matt's draft, it was pretty hard. But so yeah, they got caught around mile 100. There was another train incident in the pro men's race. Tobias Kongstead from POS and then Paul Sandman had a gap and they got stopped by a train crossing. The field caught them. They weren't given the time back or the gap back, and the race proceeded on. Tobias was a little sad about that.
Yeah, well, Tobias, guess what? I'm sad too.
And then, yeah, so I guess you went back and watched, and then they went to a sprint together. I wish Julian would have attacked.
Yeah, Julian pulled probably the last mile and a half. Keegan sat on his wheel, or Keegan and Toby both sat on his wheel, and then Julian pulled all the way in to the sprint, and Keegan lit it up, and then Toby came around Keegan.
And then they almost ran into an age grouper.
They
75
did, yeah.
mile. I feel bad. The Gravel Worlds team did have like a different chute or I shouldn't say different chute, a different entry point into kind of the last 300 meters. and they were telling people to move over. This guy just, I don't know. There's got to be a lot of commotion going on, so he
Yeah.
didn't move over, and luckily there was no accident. Yeah.
It's I don't really know the solution to this. Like it's
a pretty wide finishing area.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, and I think
I should
it
say
definitely fixes the problem.
it's a
What
wide
do you think about the finish at like Big Sugar, where as we're coming up the hill, like a quarter mile out or a half mile out, it splits the road into two?
Yeah, I don't. It feels safer than having
Yeah,
to. I already don't like passing the age groupers when I'm in the group. Like when I was by myself, it was great. I was telling every rider like, "Good job, keep it going." Um, that's great. But when I'm in like race mode, I feel I'm everyone's kind of more like in race mode. So you're not telling everyone, "Hey, on your left." You're definitely not telling them, "Good job, keep it up, rider." And it becomes more sketchy. And then especially in the finish, like for a lot of these age group people, this is a huge accomplishment. They want to take in crossing the finish line, and I wouldn't. That experience is probably lessened or like ruined when you're taken out or buzzed by a pro racer.
yeah, I think so too.
Uh, so having this separation, it allows the pros to finish safely, and it allows the age groupers to take in the
Do
moment.
you
Does
think
it?
it takes away anything from the age group finishers if they have a separate finish line?
Ooh, a separate finish line. Because I feel
Yeah,
like,
like there's like because there would be like less fans and excitement and yeah, excitement, I guess, around their finish line versus the pro finish line.
hmm, yeah, definitely if there's a different finish line in general. And with gravel worlds, I would say their finish line crossing area very, very wide, wider than onbound. The
Super
thing
wide.
is,
It's super exciting.
yeah,
Lots of excitement going on.
but 100 meters before the finish line, it is a one lane, very
Yes.
rocky gravel road. And I don't know how you're going to break that into two different sections. You're
Yeah,
going to have to give the age
it would have
groupers,
to be like two totally separate finish shoots for like the last mile, probably.
yeah, or you just have a volunteer there. This would ruin the age groupers that have to get stopped, but stopping them to let the pros go through or like making them move over, it's one of those things where like yes, I'm a race director. I want my events to get big at some point, but for now, luckily it's just amateurs finishing. And I have the issue of the lead groups of the longer distance sometimes having to pass the shorter groups. So it's a thing every race director has to deal with, and when you have $150,000 on the line, I think it kind of becomes a higher priority of like a safer, more fair finish. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we're not going to solve the answer on this podcast.
For
But
them, maybe we can
I mean,
solve it
really, it
for my
wasn't
event.
the guy. He was, I wouldn't even say in the way. He was just kind of there, and
Yeah.
they avoided him. There was no incident or anything, but could be a problem in the future, I guess.
It is nice that area is very, very wide. So it would have taken, they had a lot of room to maneuver around the riders. I've seen more sketchy finishes. So,
100%.
and then over in the women's field,
Wait, let's run through the top 10
oh, okay.
or any notable finishers. So we had Toby Road 1, second place Keegan, Julian Gagne 3rd, Tobias Mork 4th, Cole Davis 5th, Caleb Botcher 6th, Matt Beer 7th, Adam Roberge in 8th, Simon Nordell Svensson in 9th, and Ben Perry in 10th.
And Henry Nelson 11th. Got there.
And your other teammate, Andrew Dillman in 13th. And Dylan Johnson 16th as always.
Yeah, I guess where do we want to talk about some surprises? Okay, let's do 2 surprises from the top 10, 2 surprises from the not top 10.
Surprises from the top 10.
I'm going to go. Okay.
I don't even know who
I'm going to
Tobias
say.
Mork is.
Well, dude, Tobias is so skinny.
Which Tobias is this?
Tobias Kongstead from POS. And he won the Core 4 sprint and he won this sprint. And I would never guess he would be a good sprinter. Actually, he does do track racing, so never mind. But I want to say Adam Roberge, 8th. I feel like he was probably sitting on the whole time, and he has such a good sprint that I'm a little surprised he got 8th. Like
a little bit.
He's really smart tactically. So, but also, if you get out sprinted by Matt Beers, Caleb looks like he could be really good at sprinting. Cole Davis, super tactical and smart. And then I guess Tobias beat Adam at the last sprint, so that shouldn't be a surprise. So maybe 8th isn't a surprise for Adam. It's
a little bit, I think.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of people that I thought would have beat him.
There's more people. I mean, there's people below him. Like I don't know what happened to Cam. He finished 19th. Like I would have expected him to have a super good sprint out of this whole group. And same with, I know Matt Wilson attacked like 3K out. I talked to him after the race, but yeah, I mean, the top 10 doesn't really surprise me. Like really good.
This sprint finish went from 4th place. Oh shoot, I clicked a button. All the way back to 21st. So it was a huge group coming to the line.
And then yeah, so that's the men's. Super proud of Julian, super proud of Henry. Good job. Drew also. You
guys all raced well as a team. So good job.
And now, yeah, on to Gravel Nationals. So the women, did you watch this one?
A little bit, yeah. Not a ton.
So there was a crash in the MMR.
Yep. A couple girls went down pretty hard.
Yeah. Lauren DiCrescenzo. There was a crash and some of the women came back. So I guess it came down to a sprint between G and Rosa. Same exact thing as last year. Different outcome. G won by a tire width. Did you see the picture?
Yeah. It was like not even a tire width. Yeah, so Rosa and G got away not really too far out from the finish and kind of just rode together into the finish and then 2-up sprint and literally almost tied. Like it's about as close as you can get to a like tie in a bike race. But yeah, G beat Rosa by a half an inch probably.
Then there was a group sprint for 3rd through
for 4th. Charlotte was up the road kind of solo from the time G and Rosa got away. But almost got caught at the finish, but held off 4th place by 10 seconds. And 4th place was Sophia winning the group sprint.
And then Crystal Anthony. That's a really good result from her.
Great result for her, yeah.
Lauren Stevens 6th, Alexis Scarta 7th, Samantha Johnson 8th, Emily Newsom 9th, Danny Strawberry 10th, Lauren DiCrescenzo 11th, Carolina, I always
Caro
Carol
Magone.
Magone 12th, and then there was a little gap back 13th, Courtney Sherwell, Gabriella Arnold 14th,
Gabby Arnold, local
Gabriella.
Hoosier from Indianapolis.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta give a shout out to Sam. Yeah, she got 8th place. She represented. She rode for the in her Milligan kit. Because she wanted to represent them. Because of the tragic accident that happened out there, and I was super supportive of that. I actually texted her. I'm like, you should wear a Milligan shirt also on the podium. So
Yeah.
yeah, it had to have been a really hard week for her, for everyone
Yeah,
associated with that team. Yeah.
pretty tough. One of my old teammates was involved in that crash. Did not, I think he broke his back, but is back home. So, yeah, say a prayer for everybody in that crash and all of Milligan because that sucks
Yeah.
big time.
But yeah, I mean, that's the top 10, well, top 14 women we listed.
Yeah,
Their race didn't seem as, I guess the men's race wasn't super eventful either.
true.
So it was
Yeah,
just such a fast race because you had
it
the
was
rain come
so fast.
in. They took out all the MMRs, and then it was just, everything was just packed in super, like, I mean, a lot of you could have just ridden 32s on a lot of the gravel.
Yeah, that would not have been fun. How fast did we end up going? So me and you finished what, like almost 30 minutes back from the winners, I think. Maybe not quite. Maybe like 25 minutes.
Yeah, and we went, well, your guys' group went almost 23 miles per
Yeah,
hour.
that's what I was just going to look up and see what our speed was.
The
Yeah, 22.8 from the losing group. That's crazy.
Yeah. That speed would have
That
broken
speed would win
records.
every other gravel race. Yeah.
Yeah, before it used
That
to
was just a 10-man group just chugging along.
not even, I mean, dude, back when I got second at this race, that was a rainy year actually. When I got third in 2021, I mean, here actually I'll pull up that result. I got third in a time of 7:04:52. John Barcelman won with a time of 7:04:37. Average speed of 21.6 miles per hour. Just the evolution of everything, tires, bikes.
So this year was the winning time was over an hour faster than the winning time that year. That's insane.
And I bet they could have gone faster.
Yeah,
We dinked around a lot at the beginning.
Yeah.
So
it's crazy. Good job, us, for being fast on a bicycle.
but yeah, now was there any, I mean, we have the podcast about the tires we'll release.
Yep, new tires,
And then
new Silka GR1. What are they called?
the
Gravel
protocol something.
Protocol GRS1 or something like that. I don't remember the exact letters, but yeah.
RCG.
RCG, that's right.
Race category gravel 1. I'm just guessing on the name because I know the tire Like
The 1,
the
3, and 4 are for the categories of gravel.
yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, actually on their website, I bet I have to watch the Silka tire video that explains race casing road.
Race casing gravel, I bet. RCG, race
Race
casing
casing
gravel.
gravel. Yep.
Yeah. They're fast. I raced them.
And they even have little hairs, which actually we have a listener question that asks about the tire hairs.
Okay.
This is from Brian Alexander 7 days ago. Maybe I shouldn't say his full name. Sorry, Brian Alexander. Hey guys, loving the show. Thanks for doing it. My question, when you get new tires, such as the Dubnatals, that have hairs on them, do you cut them off? Do these help or just cause drag? If so, what's the best way to take these off? Thanks, Brian. I made a video last year about leaving the hairs on the Race Kings to shed mud. That wasn't actually a joke. I felt like it kind of helped shed the mud. The tire hairs on the Race King were pretty thick though. So mud could actually kind of collect on them and get flung off. I felt like this was just there was no science, no testing behind it. It seemed like when I went through the mud with the tire hairs, the mud shed off the tires quicker than when I didn't have tire hairs. Now the Dubnatals come with more hairs, but they're thinner hairs. Someone could comment, just tell me the hairs are there because it's where the tire
from the mold.
Yeah. So yes, I know they're not there to actually just shed mud or whatever. But yeah, I take them off now because I think the hairs, unless I rank Race Kings in a muddy race, there's no testing. I just feel like they cause a little bit of drag. You can also hear the hairs. I feel like when you're rolling really fast. So yeah, the best way I have found to take them off is just fingernail clippers. Like I've tried a hair buzzer, I've tried a knife, I've tried everything. It's just like, this is maybe why Keegan says gravel racing is a blue collar job, because we have to sit down with our hands for 30 minutes and just pluck tire hairs off.
Well, Keegan has a mechanic that'll do it for him. Actually, I think he has 2 mechanics now.
Dude,
he has Brad Copeland and Billy Goat.
Yeah, can he even say that he's blue collar? Because he's never working on any part of his bike.
Yeah. He's too busy making fun of people for their aerodynamic things. Meanwhile, he's wearing like lace covers and fancy aero socks.
And putting a spoiler on his bike. Like if I would do that and
all the other aero stuff that everybody else uses, but well. Should we do more listener questions?
Yeah, I have time.
I got
holy smokes. Wow. Okay.
People reached out this time. First question. Coaching or NV wheels is what they asked. I think,
get a coach.
I think you're wondering which one to buy. Definitely hit me up for coaching. You will go so much faster than buying NV wheels.
Yeah, I mean,
that's like 2 years of coaching.
Yeah, definitely get coaching. Like,
yeah. Are you only going to be able to run Silka 50s on Indy 6.7s? No, you can run those tires.
He means for, I bet this person means because does the tire balloon out too big that it affects if the 55s not fit into your
bigger? Yeah, no, I can run 55s on 6.7s. I can even run Race King 2.2s on 6.7s and rub a little paint off my frame, but who cares? Yeah. Next question. What's Project Echelon's problem? They're a road team.
What's funny is they crashed on the pavement section cornering. Like, I know that's okay. This is sarcasm. I will lead with this. I know that's their move to crash and then let a gap open, but because that's how
Dude,
they won pro
okay.
crit nets a few years ago.
Actually, I want to talk about an actual Project Echelon problem. Yeah, there was a couple guys that crashed from Project Echelon, and that's unfortunate. It happens. The same, I got popped off the back of the main group twice earlier on in the race, and both times it was the same guy on Project Echelon that just let the gap open, and then I had to chase back for like 2 minutes after that. I was like, bro, what are you doing? I don't know who it was.
I don't want to start any beef with
I don't want to
Project
hate on
Echelon.
Project Echelon because I have a lot of friends on Project Echelon. They're cool.
It's crazy because they're so strong.
The, like, short end of the stick at every gravel race and have all the issues.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who is your biggest rival in gravel?
Biggest rival. I don't have one. I don't know.
I'm gonna say Kyle Kalish, just because we always like see each other and wonder who's gonna win races. And he's gonna be my teammate next year, so we won't be rivals anymore.
That's how I felt with Drew before we were teammates. Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah. How does Payson keep his sponsors? Not much activity from him the past couple of years.
Okay, that's funny. I'll give this
Funny, it's kind of true. I think it's just because he does a lot for the sport outside of race results.
And he does crack.
And he does race well sometimes.
Yeah,
like at Leadville got 10th.
He's finished top 10 in the Lifetime Grand Prix
every year.
Often. Like, that's very valuable to sponsors. Has he won anything? No. But he got 5th last year at Leadville. Like, that in itself shows he's one of the best bikers. And then his podcast is probably the most listened to out of all of the gravel racers. Am I going to say it's the most popular in the gravel space? Maybe not. I feel like Bonk Bros probably has more gravel people who listen to it, but in general, I think Payson's podcast is more like common, just people looking for an interview podcast. We'll go more towards that because he interviews more than just, he's outside of the gravel space. Like, we're very, very in the gravel space here on our podcast. Bonk Bros will do like road stuff. They'll get it wrong, but they'll do road stuff sometimes. And then Payson will just interview people
like other athletes.
Who's the basketball player? Reggie Miller. He had Reggie Miller as one of his first.
Yeah, that's huge.
Like, yeah.
Dry and plenty of clearance. What conditions or course would you choose a 45, 50, 45 or 50 over a 55? And I would say just less chunky gravel races.
Yeah.
There's no like right answer really. Some courses just seem smooth enough to run a smaller tire or have like a lot of road in them.
I mean, yeah, Julian was on 55s at Gravel Worlds, which is insane because he probably had, besides Matt Beers, he probably had his nose in front like the most. And
yeah, for sure.
Did that affect aerodynamics? Maybe. Who knows?
I'm going to say no because he almost averaged 25 miles an hour for the entire race. So I don't know. But when you put a 55 on the NV67s, it's still really freaking aero.
Yeah.
Because they're so wide. So also, if you want to run a big tire and be aero, just get some NV 6.7s. What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say thank you to Silka for giving Julian and Carter and Henry tires because I kept meaning to get them tires.
Dude, I had to like force Crumbs to give oh what's his name?
Shane?
No, I can't think of his name. The young guy.
Carter?
He's gonna kill me for not remembering his name. Yeah, Carter. I had to force Bicycle Crumbs to give Carter some tires.
Dude, I mean,
And then he crushed it.
he'll
I
probably
told
win nationals on those
that's
tires.
what I said. I would say give this kid some tires right now because he's gonna win nationals on them.
Yeah, because I'm really bad at emailing. I just got my Conti tire order, and after Abigail's like, look at all the tires that came as I was at Gravel Worlds. I'm like, okay, the team needed those, but luckily Silka gave the team tires. Like I had my own tires, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Silka tire thoughts. I think we already answered that. Why did you leave us hanging on tire wrecks for Gravel Worlds? I don't know. Sorry about that. I think we said just run
I
like
think we
45
answered
to
it in
50.
the episode that I never edited to release.
Yeah, that's very true. Top 5 races for gravel amateurs to attend.
The Rift, Rock
Definitely
Cobbler,
the Rift.
the Day Across Minnesota, Unbound, because the expo is really cool.
Gravel Worlds.
Gravel Worlds.
It's up there. Dude, there's too many. This is a tough question.
Okay,
We could just list 100 races.
I want to say the Rift and Rock Cobbler. Those are.
I'd put Rift number 1 on the list. 100%.
Dude, Rock Cobbler, the course is crazy. Like you won't forget it.
Where is that even at?
Bakersfield, California.
Okay.
Vegan cyclist made a video about that. That's what inspired me to pay vegan cyclists to come do the dam.
I'm not gonna go watch that video.
I feel like
you guys haven't heard, go unsubscribe from the vegan cyclist right now.
Go comment on his last video, pay Chase his money.
Yeah, pay Chase the money he is owed.
Or make the video. Actually, I would rather see him make the video than him pay me. Because I miss his videos.
True. Last question. This is from one of my athletes, so answer it knowing that. As a coach, what makes an athlete successful and a good athlete to coach?
What makes an athlete successful?
Yeah, I would say.
And what makes him good to coach? Same number one thing. It's the same one word answer for both of them. Consistency. It's easy to coach someone who's consistent.
Yes.
And an athlete will get better if they're consistent.
Yeah, I would say consistency number 1, which means just do the training plan as close as possible. 2, have fun. And if you're not having fun, let your coach know like what needs to change.
Good communication.
That was going to be number 3. Good communication. Text your coach often or call them and just let them know what's up. Let them know when things are going well, when things are going bad. Yeah, just always let them know how you're feeling. If you fail a workout, let them know. Or maybe why you failed that workout. And what else? What else makes a good athlete to coach?
I feel like good notes can make a huge difference. As like a coach.
Which goes along with communication. Just leave your little notes in Training Peaks. I love when my athletes do that. I always tell them to. Most of them do it, so that's good. Yeah, I think consistency is the number 1. Be consistent, and when you're not feeling consistent, let your coach know, and then you guys can figure out how to be more consistent.
And ones that are like teachable. That's
I
don't want to say
ones that want to learn.
Yes, that's a better question.
Yeah.
Like ones that are very curious.
Lots of questions are good. I think that's all of them.
Yeah,
Unless any new ones came in.
I probably, well, I guess, okay, people may ask about the last, because this will come out before the Leadville recap. We did find the winner, or the winner has, we know who is the winner of the Leadville predictions, and we'll do another giveaway at some point. And then
We've had 6 new questions come in since we started answering the questions.
whoa.
But I don't. That's too many.
No,
We're
no.
not going to
Are
get
they
into it.
short? we can answer more
Okay.
questions.
Okay.
As
You
long as they're
got
like general, like skip any
best
of.
all-around tire, gravel tires on NVG SES 4.5 wheels. 50 mil
Yeah,
Dubnitals.
50 mil
The
doubles.
best all-around do everything tire.
Wait, can I do a little?
Nope, just one.
Okay.
You can only pick one.
No,
What is it?
no. I was gonna just say why the Continental Dubnital 50 mils are the best. Julian and I were talking about this. The Silca tires seem to test really, really fast. They also seem susceptible, or like they seem like they could puncture easily. They haven't been raced that much, so maybe they will, maybe they won't be. They're also $100. I like, and they're a super fast tire, so they should be expensive. But
can I give my super quick review on the Silca 50 mil specifically gravel casing racing number 1, whatever they're called? I have now used it for almost 400 miles of gravel races, specifically races, and then I've also used them a bunch for training. Haven't flatted them yet, but in saying that, I know people who have flatted them, so they can flat. They are super wicked fast, like probably the fastest tire I've ever ridden, but they are also quite slippery. Like not a lot of traction to be had. Probably out of not all top 5 slipperiest gravel tires I've ever ridden. So if traction's something that's important to you, I wouldn't go with the number 1 at least.
yeah,
That's my short review done.
I think a more comparable tire from the Dubnital to Silca's line would be their 4. I would say, okay, here's why I think the Dubnital 50 millimeters are really good. Good sizing, not too big, not too small, very versatile. If you're living in Kansas or Arkansas and ride chunky stuff, go with the 2.2s. Secondly, they're a little more affordable than a lot of the other top of the line gravel tires. 3, they last such a long time. I don't know about the other tires.
If you don't train on the road with them, they do wear down pretty quick on the road.
I feel like mine have done well on the road, but
maybe I'm just fat and wear down tires faster.
So like there's that, and then the grip is really good, and the puncture resistance is good.
The best.
So is it a little slower than maybe the Schwalbe Thunderbirds or the Silca tires? Maybe.
Depends
probably.
on what you're riding on.
Yeah, it matters what you're riding on. But I almost want to guarantee you, I can't guarantee it. Our lawyers advise not to, but I bet they last longer, and I bet they're less or you're less likely to puncture, and they are more affordable. So those are the why the Dubnital I think is the best all around. If you just had one tire, if you can go with Silca and if you can buy more tires, there's different tires for different cases, and the Silca will fit some cases. Dubnital will fit some. Schwalbe will never fit any case though.
I think it used to, but now it doesn't as much with Silca releasing their tires.
I feel like the Silca tires, anytime you were using a Thunderbird, or like people would recommend a Thunderbird, I feel like now that recommendation would go to a Silca tire.
Probably, yeah. Yeah, next question.
More tires.
You could only have 2 tires. What tires would they be? This is literally another question from a different person. Let's say 50 mil dub and one of the Silka tires, depending on whether the dub is too grippy or too small, or yeah. There you go. This guy asked, where's my camo Envy stickers? A while ago when I had unreleased Envy 6.7 prototypes, I didn't have any stickers on them, and I erased them a few times and then made a YouTube video and said that the top comment, most like comment, could pick my sticker color. But after I made that video, Envy said they would send me free silver stickers, so I got free silver stickers instead of spending money on camo stickers. That was the winning comment.
Dude,
so I will not be spending money on stickers. Sorry.
Could Envy make you camo stickers?
No, they work with Slick Graphics to do the decals. Yeah, you could go to Slick Graphics and literally create any sticker Envy like decal you want.
Slick Graphics. Never. Mountain bike decals. SLIK. They're missing.
Or is it SILK? It might be Silk Graphics.
SLIK.
If you go to Envy's website, they have like a link to it.
Dude, I didn't know this. Learned something new today.
Yeah. Next question is, will Trey win nationals? I don't know if I'm going to nationals. I probably am not, but if I do, I will be doing the age group race. So there's a chance.
Dude, yeah, win the age group one.
Yeah, that could be kind of fun. It won't be easy, but
because then if you could wear that to a lot of races still.
I know, that'd be kind of sick. I would definitely feel like I sandbagged it, but whatever. In your opinion, did Lunchbox Racing dog the rest of the field?
Hey, I mean, we're the only team that had 3 riders in the top 13, so
yeah, facts.
Specialized didn't do that. Trek didn't do that.
When does Drew get to tell us about his leading of Leadville? I don't. If he doesn't answer that on the Bonk Bros, maybe we'll have him on to talk about it.
Yeah, I feel like we should have Drew on at some point.
Yeah. Well, we could have Drew on to talk about it. Okay, that's the end of round 2 of questions.
Did more come in since then?
I'm not looking.
Okay.
To the guy that said coaching or Envy wheels, hit me up for coaching and don't spend money on wheels unless you're going to get both. But definitely spend the amount of money you have on coaching first if you're trying to go faster.
Well, that is the end of episode 27. This is the beginning of the awkward Midwest goodbye. So
later, everybody.
Bye.